Leadership is when people do what you want when you want it.
Take effing action, put it together, and subscribe to Tom Penn's channel on YouTube now. Yeah, I like it. It's crazy.
Leadership, it's a skill set. It's a topic that lots of people want to study, lots of people want to understand, and they teach this in school. There's actually workshops, conferences about leadership. What is good leadership? How do you lead a team of people and be deemed as a great leader? And why some people are identified as good leaders and other people as bad leaders. Today, I'm going to tell you about leadership. And I'm going to tell you the very first thing is that the most basic definition of leadership is that people have to do what you want when you want it. Very simple. If people do not do what you want, then are you still the leader? If you are the leader of a team and you tell your team that we have to do this and we have to do that, and your team is like, nah, ain't gonna do it. Nah, we don't believe in it. Nah, that's stupid. Why should we do it? Yeah, we're just gonna sit here until it's 6 o'clock and then we all go home. If you're a leader of a team and people refuse to follow your lead, are you still the leader? You're not. You're not the leader. So when you're the leader and your team does not follow you, basically your team is telling you, they're challenging your leadership role. They're saying, I don't believe you're the leader. You ain't got the right to lead us. I don't trust you to lead us. I don't want you to lead us. And that's exactly what they're saying to you when you tell them to do something and then they don't do it. You're not the leader. And then you're going to ask, then leadership is difficult because sometimes people really do not want to follow you. When people do not follow you, you got two choices. One, you convince them, you coerce them, you make them do it, or you get them off the team. There are only two choices. You give them a chance to do what you want when you want it. You convince them to do it whatever way. Maybe you try to talk to them nicely. Maybe you give them fear. Maybe you threaten them. Maybe you threaten to fire them. Whatever it takes, whatever strategy you use, you make them do what you want. And if you cannot do it, then you have to go to the second option, which is you have to fire them. Now, I'm not saying that don't listen to your team, because actually a great leader will always listen to the team. But ultimately, the leader has to make the decision as to what to do. Once the decision has been made by the leader, the team has to follow and execute to the will of the leader. Imagine you're in the military. You're fighting a war and you're going into the front lines. Your soldiers don't want to follow you. You say, we have to go in there and secure the bridge because that bridge cannot fall to the enemy. And your soldiers are like, nah, we don't want to die. We're not going to go in there. Are you still the leader? And are you going to win any wars if your team will not follow the leadership? So in the military, it's very simple. Soldiers must follow. If they don't follow, the military punishment is execution. You put a gun to their head and you fucking pull the trigger. That's what people do in the military in time of war. Because in war, there is no time for subordinate people to not follow orders. There's no time to sort that out. If you don't follow orders, you're fucking dead. That's true in any military, in any country. Of course, we can't go around and kill people as much as I wish I could, but I can't, and you shouldn't, just because they don't listen to you. However, you still have many, many ways to convince people to do what you want. You can either convince them one way or another, encouragement or use threat, use praise or use punishment. There are many ways you can convince or coerce your team members to do what you want. Doesn't matter, as long as they do what you want, you're the leader. So you have to do whatever it takes to make your team do whatever you want. That's one. And two, if they cannot do what you want, you have to be merciless. You have to be prepared to take the gun, put it to their head, and pull the fucking trigger. I mean metaphorically. I don't mean literally. I don't mean actually kill them. I mean getting them off the team, fire them, get them off the company payroll, whatever it is. You have to be merciless. And sometimes when you fire one person, when you just fire the person that fight you the most, everybody else will follow. Everybody will fall in line after you fire that person that will not work with you. It's true. I've done this so many times. Sometimes it just takes a good firing in order to get the team back on track. It's very sad to say this, but it's true. Because most people are motivated by fear. Most people are not motivated by inspiration, wanting to do good, want to be great, want to be, top company in the world. They're not motivated by that kind of stuff. They're motivated primarily by fear. And that is a very sad state of humanity, but it is true. Most people are motivated by not losing their job, having enough income, a little bit of income to survive. Most people are motivated by barely surviving. They're just motivated by not losing the small things that they have. And sometimes that's the most powerful motivation that you can provide, is to take that away from them. If you don't do what I want, well, then you can't work for me. Then you're going to be out of a job. Sometimes that's the most powerful motivation for some people, not everyone. I wish your team is motivated by inspiration. I hope your team is made up of wonderful people. But if you're a leader, then you understand as much as I do that most people are really motivated by fear. Most people are really motivated by their own tiny little bit of security, their job security, their income security. They're only motivated by that. Not so much that they want to build the greatest company in the world, not so much that they want to help society, community. Those things most people don't give a shit about. As a leader, you have to use the right tools and strategies to make your people do what you want. That's all it is. That's the most basic definition of leadership. Now, I want to talk about situations. I just promoted one of my employees into a leadership position. So before the promotion, that employee is equal to everyone else in the team. And then one day, magically, this team member became the leader. And now everybody has to follow, let's say, him or her. It is very difficult because this new leader, before that, he was the friend of the whole team. They were like buddies. They have pho together. They have bún chả together. They have bún bò together. They maybe go out and have fun together. They laugh at work. They complain about the company together. But all of a sudden that has changed because now this person is now the leader. That creates a very different kind of relationship between the leader and the employees, right? So when people are promoted into leadership position, they often fail because they cannot assume the leadership role because they are too close to the team in the past. They cannot become the leader and start telling people what to do. They are scared. They're sensitive because they're afraid to make people feel bad. Now, I'm the leader. I have to tell people things to do and they are not going to like it. And they're going to hate me. And that's what they fear. And that's why they don't give instructions. That's why they don't lead. They still try to stay in a friendship mode with everyone else. And when that happens, the entire team dies. Because there is basically no leadership. The people are not going to do what the leader says, and the leader is scared to tell what the people say. And then you have this entire team that produce nothing. I've seen this happen again and again and again and again, not just in my own companies, but I see it across different organizations in different sectors. When people are promoted into a leadership position, mainly because they're competent They know the job well, they produce results. So we promote them into a leadership position in the hopes that they will lead the other people to produce results. But oftentimes, this leader is too sensitive. Sensitivity equals poverty. And this leader is way too sensitive. They're too scared to tell people what to do because they still want to be friends with them. I'm not saying that leaders should not be friends with the team, but there should be some natural distance. When you are the leader, you have to put the organizational interest first. You have to put the company interest first. You got to put the team interest first before your friendships, right? And let me put it this way. If they're truly your friend, let's say you're the leader that I just promoted you, they would follow you. As your friend, they will listen to what you say and deliver what you want. Because they know if you fail, that's the end of your career. And if they're really your friends, will they not want to protect you? Will they not want you to see you succeed? Oftentimes, no. Oftentimes, what happens is jealousy. The team complains, why did she get the position? Why did she become the leader? Why should we follow her? But if they're truly your friends, they will deliver results for you because they know your future is tied to their future. They know they want to help you with your future. So when you are promoted into a leadership position, the best strategy is always to put the company interest first. Deliver results for your goal. You are in a company for a purpose, whether you're in customer service or you're in sales or you're in product or you're in HR. It does not matter. You're there to serve a purpose. Maybe it is to build the greatest e-commerce company in Vietnam. Maybe Southeast Asia. Maybe it is to solve a lot of the problems and pains retailers have economic space today with COVID-19. Maybe invent new drugs to help humanity endure a pandemic. Maybe it is to provide education to people that really need it so that they can improve their lives. Whatever it is, your company, your organization has a goal, and you should find where you fit into that organization goal, and you should run your team to hit that organization goal, to achieve that organization goal. And that's your ultimate purpose. If you do that and you make your team follow, you're going to be a great leader. And when you are a great leader, when you demand what you want from the team and you expect to get it, and you make them do it, they will actually respect you. They will actually love you more. It's true. It's the leaders that are scared to tell the team what to do because they still want to be friends, and the team members don't respect them because they know they can override the leader. They don't respect them. And that's when the team fails. When the team fails, the team members are not going to blame themselves. The team members are going to blame you. They're going to blame the company. They're going to blame the product. They're going to blame everything except themselves. It is in your interest and in company interest, in everyone's interest, even your team members' interest, to serve the company goal, the company mission, the company purpose. When you can lead a team and do that, you're wonderful. Your company will appreciate you. And by appreciating you, the company will appreciate your team. And everyone on your team will get rewards, they'll get greater income, they will get greater recognition. Companies reward results. Any one of them, not just mine. Any company reward results. They only look at results. Companies do not hire a bunch of people that produce nothing because it doesn't help them. It just drains their cash. It just reduces their resources, and eventually that company will die. So if you are the one that can lead a team and produce results for the company and make people do what you want and succeed, then you are a great leader. Again, by definition, leadership is making people do what you want when you want them to do it. Again, I'm not saying that don't listen to your team. You should listen to your team. You should listen to if they have any good ideas, if they have any good strategies, good methods to achieve the results. But ultimately, you're the leader. You make the decision. You're responsible for the results. You listen to them. You make your decision. Once you make your decision, they have to follow you. And that's how leadership works in military, in business, in family, in anything. If you're a leader of anything, that is how you should behave to become a great leader. All right? Take fucking action and don't be a fucking idiot. Don't be a fucktard.